Hello and welcome to Atheist Bible Study number 11. I'm Joe Dixon. As you know, every week I read portions of the Bible and interpret it through a nice atheist perspective. And to make it interesting for everyone, I also drink. So here is my adult beverage. This is a nice little bottle, isn't it? I have this, I think I should drink this every week. Here we go. Hold on. Ginger ale and Jameson's. All right, which is a whiskey for those who don't know. So, last time we left off, good old Joseph, well, he has like a multicolored coat, and his father gives it to him, and which is a good story for Father's Day. And his father gives it to him, and his brothers are very, very jealous of this, and they decide, you know what? Dad gave brother a coat. Let's sell him into slavery, which is what brothers do. So anyway, so now he's a slave in Egypt, which is always fun, I'm sure. So we're going to be with Joseph in Egypt. Here we go. Joseph was brought down to Egypt, and Potiphar, who was an officer, is that how you pronounce it? Potiphar? We'll call him Porta Potty just in case. Who was an officer of Pharaoh and captain of the guard, brought him from the Ishmaelites. Ishmaelites! The Lord was with Joseph, and he became a favorite servant. Indeed, the Lord was with Joseph, because he's a slave. And you know the Lord's with you when you're a slave. Can you imagine what he would be if the Lord wasn't with him? He would probably be rich and free. But fortunately, the Lord's with him, so he's a slave. The Lord was with Joseph, and he became a favored servant living in the house of his Egyptian master. His master saw that the Lord was with him, and that the Lord made all that he did prosper in his hands. Joseph found grace in his master's sight, and he was made overseer in his house, and all that his master had put in Joseph's hands. The Lord blessed the Egyptian's house of Joseph for Joseph's sake, and the blessing of the Lord was upon all that he had in the house and in the field. One of the blessings apparently wasn't freedom, but other than that, he's got blessings. Technically, the master's getting all the blessings, but Joseph is making the master have a good time, and really that's the most important thing. If only Harriet Tubman knew, she would never have that goddamn Underground Railroad. What the idiot this woman was. She wanted freedom when she should have, like, I should just do well by my master. This is what God truly wants, because he is a dick. So Potiphar, or Porta Potty, left all that he had to Joseph's hands, and he did not even know what he owned except the bread he ate. Now Joseph was a handsome young lad, and when he grew up, his master's wife cast her eyes upon Joseph and loved him. You know, Joseph. But he would not love her. And he said to her, "Behold, my master does not even know what is in his house. He entrusted all that he has to my hand. There is none greater in this house than I." Oh, arrogant prick. "Neither has he kept back anything from me but you, because you are his wife. How then could I love you and do this great wickedness and sin against God?" See, banging her would be a sin. Slavery? It's what? It's a transaction. Then she went to Joseph's master, just to piss this bitch off. Like, what? You're not gonna fuck me, motherfucker? All right, fine. Fuck you then. And so she went to Joseph's master and told lies upon Joseph, saying, "The Hebrew servant whom you have brought to us came into this house to mock me, and he fled as I lifted my voice and cried." Was that a good woman's voice? I thought that was excellent. When the master heard the words of his wife, he was angry. And he took Joseph and put him in prison, where the king's prisoners were kept in very state. Because that's where you want to keep the king's prisoners, in prison. But the Lord was with Joseph. Get the Lord's with Joseph, because now he's in jail. He was a slave, and now he's in jail, because the Lord is with him. Imagine the misery this man would be through if the Lord wasn't with him. Oh. But the Lord was with Joseph and showed him mercy and made the keeper of the prison think well of him. All right, think well of you, prisoner. So the keeper of the prison put all the prisoners that were in the prison into Joseph's hands. Now you got a little Oz thing going on there. And whatsoever they did there, he was in charge of them. The keeper of the prison paid no attention to anything that Joseph did, because the Lord was with Joseph. And whatever he did, the Lord made it prosper. Because you know how much you prosper in prison, right? Probably a lot of... I won't even say the word. I needed another adult beverage for that one, folks. Okay, here's the fun part. The butler's dream. Sometime later it happened that the butler of the king of Egypt and his baker offended their lord Pharaoh, the king of Egypt. In his anger, the Pharaoh put them in the house of the captain of the guard into the prison where Joseph was held. The captain of the guard turned them over to Joseph, and he looked after them. They stayed in for some time. Now one night, both the butler and the baker, no candlestick maker, of the king of Egypt dreamed a dream. Dream a little dream of me. Each of them a different dream. When Joseph came in to them in the morning and looked upon them, he saw that they were sad. Because he said to the man, "You're in prison. What are you sad about?" "Why do you look so sad today?" Joseph said. "Why do you look so sad? We're only in prison. I don't understand why we're so sad." "Because I'm an idiot." "We have dreamed a dream," they said to him, "and there is no one to interpret it for us." "Interpretations come from God," Joseph said to them. "Tell me your dreams." "I'm Freud." They didn't say that, but he said, I'll interpret your dreams, guys. Come on, tell me. So the chief butler told his dream to Joseph. "In my dream," he said. So I do a voice with "In my dream," he said, "a vine was before me, and on the vine there were 3 branches. It seemed as though it budded, and the blossoms set forth, and the clusters grew into ripe grapes. Pharaoh's cup was in my hand, so I took the grapes and pressed them into Pharaoh's cup, and I placed the cup into the hand of the Pharaoh." Joseph said to him, "This interpretation," I should do it for you. "This interpretation of your dream, this is the interpretation of your dream. The 3 branches are 3 days. Within 3 days, Pharaoh will lift your head, he will restore you to your place, and you will place Pharaoh's cup into his hand as you used to do when you were his butler. Only think of me, and it shall be well with you, and be kind to me. I beg of you, and mention me to Pharaoh, and get me out of this place. For indeed I was stolen away from the land of the Hebrews, and I have done nothing here to deserve this dungeon." What dungeon? You're with? God is with you. Why aren't you loving this? I need another drink, folks. I need another drink. Now the baker's dream. When the chief baker saw that the interpretation was good, he said, "That was some fine interpretation." He said to Joseph, "I also had a dream. And behold, I had 3 baskets of white bread on my hand." Do that again. "I also had a dream. And behold, I had 3 baskets of white bread on my head. And then I saw Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics." Wrong dream. "I also had a dream. And behold, I had 3 baskets of white bread on my head. In the uppermost basket, there were all kinds of baked goods for Pharaoh. And the birds ate them out of the basket upon my head." Joseph answered him and said, and this is, ladies and gentlemen, this is why Joseph was sold into slavery. Here is his interpretation of the baker's dream. This is the interpretation of your dream. Let me do it. This is the interpretation of your dream. "The 3 baskets are 3 days. Within 3 days, Pharaoh will call you and hang you on a tree, and the birds will eat your flesh." Wow, thanks, dude. That's fine interpretation. Oh, Jesus Christ. "And the 3rd day, which was his birthday, Pharaoh made a feast for all the servants. He called for the butler and the chief baker among his servants. Then he returned the chief butler to the butlership again, and the butler gave the cup to Pharaoh. But Pharaoh hanged the chief baker as Joseph had said." Sweet. "Yet the chief butler did not remember Joseph, but forgot him." Sure, because why would he want to remember this asshole? Couldn't he have lied to the guy? Just like, "Listen, the 3 days is you'll get the 3. The baskets and the 3, well, you see, what's going to happen is you're going to have 3 days of freedom. That's it. Yes. You're going to go to a much better place. But no, you know what's going to happen to you? The Pharaoh's going to hang your ass, and the birds are going to eat your flesh." What? Isn't that a great interpretation? Thank you, Joseph. What? They don't mention what the baker felt about this. Like, "Oh, thanks, Joseph. Thanks a lot, you fucking asshole." What the fuck? You couldn't. Wow, that is some cold shit. All right, that is Atheist Bible Study number 11. When we return on Atheist Bible Study number 12, we'll hear the one with Pharaoh's dream, who hangs his bakers and has his butlers glasses in his hand. I don't know. This is the Bible, ladies and gentlemen. This is the good holy book. It's just, I guess the Lord was not with the what is it, the baker. All right, anyway, I'm Joe Dixon. Hope you enjoyed this edition of Atheist Bible Study, and I'll see you again next week.